Hello everyone, I am TheJoaquiGamer of KJC Esports, and with me today for Into the Scene Overtime is Flash of Zeal Esports with regards to Week 1 playoffs of VCT Philippines Stage 3. So, welcome Flash.
Hi guys.
Okay, but before we talk about the playoffs, it was the off season, and then we in KGC Esports held a Valorant Tournament 1 where you guys were the champions, facing different Southeast Asian teams. You guys were also racking up different wins and top placements in community tournaments, and you guys were instantly seeded to Week 1. You guys didn't have to go through qualifiers or any of those. Was there any pressure on the team for the first week of playoffs?
No pressure was coming on to us, but hindi kami na-prepare sa some teams na parang ready na sila sa amin, and some of the teams have counter strats for us.
And then with the addition of Breeze, so it became 6 maps on the competitive map pool. You guys had a tight first game on the first map on facing SE Atlas in the quarterfinals, going 14-12. Is the team comfortable with Breeze or not that comfortable because of how tight the game was?
For us, we are actually comfortable with the map Breeze kasi we tried to scream some top tier C teams sa region.
And then I asked this in the previous interviews, but if you were to rank all 6 maps from top 1 to least favorite, what's that ranking of the maps?
It could be Bind. Bind would be our first map. Bind, Icebox, Ascent, and then Breeze, and then Split, and then the last one is Haven. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you not a fan of Haven, or it's a team that's not a fan of Haven?
No, eventually all of us not a fan of Haven.
And then speaking about Bind being your favorite, not a lot of teams actually like Bind, but on the second map against SE Atlas, the team did seem to struggle a bit with trying to gain momentum, and then you guys were trading rounds, which is usually very difficult to win with because of how economy works. So did SE Atlas actually get you guys off guard on your favorite map?
SE Atlas didn't caught us off guard, but our communication and energy on that game was really off, and some of the teammates have no energy, or some of them are lacking communication. And maybe that was the reason that we were losing our map peak.
So at least now for the viewers, if you see Bind being picked, expect the Zeal Esports team to actually maybe stomp that round. But for this time around against SE Atlas, I guess some comm issues. Who was the one that was trying to, because I know Nico is the IGL, but was there anyone trying to keep up the atmosphere na parang, "Oy guys, we can still do this," and all that?
Yeah, it was me and Coach Zaiki.
And I'm actually curious to know, when there's a tac pause, is the coach allowed to talk to you guys, or?
Yes po. The coach is only allowed to talk when it's tactical and technical issues.
Okay. So when one thing I'm also curious about in Bind is that you did say it's your home court. Do you guys like defense first or offense first?
It depends on the enemy team. We actually research some of them, and sometimes we do some attacking if they're actually weak on defensive, and sometimes we do defensive if they are actually weak on attacking. Yeah.
So you guys adjust based on who you guys are facing.
Yes, yes.
And then the last map of the quarterfinals against SE Atlas, at least during the KGC Esports Valorant Tournament 1, every time Split was chosen, you guys would sub in Craigie S. But for this time, you decided to continue with your lineup, with you still being the primary sentinel. So when do you guys decide when to change it up and use the 6th man?
Our 6th man can only play on minor tournaments. For now, major tournaments are the players that can play our main lineup with. We won't do no rotations, only minor tournaments he can play.
But in the future, can we expect like a bit of like a mix up with the addition of 6-man for certain maps?
Yeah, siguro.
And then moving on to the semifinals, facing off Galaxy Racer, you had a great first game on Ascent, 13-6. However, on the second map, Galaxy Racer responded and won the Icebox game. And I think some viewers think that Icebox is one of your stronger maps, especially you guys. If I recall, when you guys faced, was it X10?
Yeah,
Yeah, and then you guys 13-3, 13-2 the team. So everyone was thinking, this is going to be a Zeal Esports map. But I think GXR actually did some research against you guys, some VOD reviews on how you play Icebox. They knew or like were able to read when you guys would aggressively push. What was the atmosphere like? Was it like what happened during the bind game against SE Atlas or...
Yes po. The team atmosphere on that game was quite actually tough kasi yeah, same sa Atlas. Some of us were lacking communication. Some of us were getting tilted kasi so many mistakes na ginagawa namin. Tas wala, yun talaga.
And then, but I think that's a compliment, I guess, for you guys that these teams are actually trying to VOD review, trying to do their research so that they can really beat you guys. I think that's a level of respect that they have for you.
Yes.
And then, how about you guys? Do you guys prepare? Do you guys VOD reviews, take notes? Because like with Coach Zyke around, do you have like, if it's pistol round, this team will go for this type of play? Do you have that type of structure in the team?
Yes po. Before our game, we actually do some research, watch their compositions, watch their setups, watch their stress, so that we would know what they do before the game starts.
And I'm curious because when I did an interview with Rabbit, he said that he would like to make their playstyle would be more flexible rather than having structured gameplay like Vision Strikers. Now they'll have certain types of executes. For Zeal Esports, are you guys aiming to be a super flexible team? Are you guys aiming to be like in the Korean meta where there's a lot of structure? What's the playstyle you guys are trying to aim for?
Yes po, we're trying to be a flexible team na we're trying to take some compositions na parang kaya namin, and we're trying to ask our teammates if comfortable ba sila sa pickings and etc.
Because actually, I also want to ask, how are you adjusting, or what's your role within the team? Na Senior Carl and then Fireside Jane, they're super aggressive, and they need the support of other teammates for flashes and all that. But you're the primary sentinel; you can't really push forward. What's your role in all of the team play style?
Sometimes I just do the lurking, just do the supporting stuff, gather some information for the team, and sometimes I also play controller.
Are there times sometimes you wish on defense that Senior Carl or Fireside Jin won't get too aggressive and just play with you on the site, or there are times that you just bahala na, let them do their thing?
No, for us, like, yung sinasabi ko lang sa kanila is gawin lang nila yung gusto nila, as long as magko-call sila na parang need ko ng tulong dito sa isang place, pa-support na lang ako, ganon.
Hindi yung parang they just surprise you by, okay, I'll SS raise out without telling the team.
yeah, like for us, hindi gusto ni Coach Zyke na gumawa ng parang solo plays, hero plays, ganon. Like work as five fingers, ganon.
And then moving on to the third game, though, against Galaxy Racer in the semifinals. You lost the series, but you guys still had the third placer game because there was the prize pool is still a thing. Was the team morale down when you guys had to face SB Empire during that Sunday for the third placer game?
Yes po. My teammates got morally down at that moment, and I was telling Coach Zaiki to have an emergency meeting because we really have a lot of mistakes on that game against against Galaxy Racer. So our coach immediately called an emergency meeting and told us that it was fine because we did send a lot of mistakes that supposedly not to happen, and it was telling us again that it was fine and move on and focus for a bronze match against SV Empire.
And I think, yeah, congrats for actually, being third place, and you guys don't have to go through the grueling qualifiers that's happening right now today on this interview. And for the viewers that don't know, the prize pool is actually really big for each playoffs. First place is 100k pesos. Second is 60, then 40, then 20. So even though, it's third place, any prize pool that's coming into the team, helps you guys play even more. It's after VCT Southeast Asia, it's the off season. There's a lot of time to practice and all that. So you need that revenue in a way, especially here in the Philippines. And then because Zeal Esports made it to the semifinals, you guys again don't have to do the week 2 qualifiers. So for your fans and Zeal Esports supporters, what can they expect from the team coming into the week 2 playoffs?
To our fans on week 2, continue supporting us kasi we will try our best to get the deal sealed, guys. We won't disappoint you on week 2 playoffs. Thank you for support. Thank you for giving us support. And expect more from us because we won't repeat our mistakes that we did on week 1 playoffs, and we will be ready for all the teams that we will play against on the playoffs.
And I did forget to ask, because week 2 is allowing KO. Are you guys planning to use KO, or not to share some secrets, but are you guys prepared at least for KO?
Yeah, we are prepared for KO. We actually did some research for KO. Yeah, we're actually prepared.
Are you a CS:GO player before? Because a lot of CS:GO players seem to have enjoyed the flash of KO. So I was wondering if any of the Zeal Esports players actually enjoy, the utility that KO provides.
Oh yeah, all 5 of us here are actually CS:GO players from Cebu.
So I think who's this? Was it Fire Saiyajin or Senior Carl who on Sky when it comes to bind?
It's actually Fire Saiyajin. His Senior Carl only plays one hero pick. He only plays Jet every time.
So
it's actually
hopefully
Fire Saiyajin.
We get to see maybe KO from week 2 from you guys. Anyways, thank you, Flash, for being here today. And
thank you, guys.
And once again, I'm TheJoaquiGamer, and this was KJC Esports Into the Scene Overtime with Flash of Zeal Esports. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.